I have to avoid the loading trigger, which is hard. The issue is that the load trigger is really far down here. There's no room for a mega flip. Unless... Wait, you can't use Nayru's Love in here? Are you serious? Actually, I couldn't even use Froze. No, I could. Okay, wait. You'd have to do like... You have to use Nayru's Love outside. Why can't you use Nayru's Love in there? What? Oh, and this should work. I don't think this would be faster, but this should work. At least it's like a proof of concept. Really? Really? Okay, I didn't realize the load trigger was that big. I'm trying to get this to be a different method of Song of Storms cutscene skip. Really? How big is that load trigger? Oh. Okay, so I got it. That wasn't ideal though. But this is the general idea. Oops. So that's the idea of how it should work. Now it's a matter of doing that in a timely fashion. And also not avoiding out. If only Song of Time blocks were hookshotable for no good reason. I wonder if I can go under it. This is that easy. Is that the strat? But yeah, this seems pretty easy. I should time if this is even faster first. I think it should be faster. This seems faster. But it is an extra pause. Okay, 15.5. Dang, that's significantly slower than I thought. Yeah, I think this is easier for sure. Time loss if you miss it, a lot. Much worse than the previous strat. Yeah, right now this is not worth it. I'm trying to make it worth it. Wait, it crashes if you get Song of Storms while Nayru's Love is active? What? I will verify that. It does. Interesting. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna forget about this for now. I'll maybe work on that later. I'm just gonna do runs. That's when Nintendo disabled Nayru's Love and Windmill. I guess so. Actually, yeah, I should test if that happens if you get Song of Storms normally too. I assume it does. Yep. Interesting. Okay, I will take that as that being the reason why Nayru's Love is disabled in Windmill. You know what? Let me test on 0.9. Can I use Nayru's Love? No, okay, it's disabled even in this. I'm sure it crashes. Yeah, I guess it's just another like Song of Storms plus magic crash. Here's my PB run that I'm gonna delete. Did I master the game on English, then move to Japanese? I mean, I was speedrunning this game on English for years, because we didn't really bother getting the Japanese version until I had already been running for several years, so if you want to put it that way, sure. I did speedrun for several years on English before switching to Japanese. But that was not a skill thing, that was just at the time we decided, hey, we should all start playing on the Japanese version. I played Japanese VC first. I didn't get Japanese N64 until a few years after, because when we started all switching to the Japanese version, VC was the most common version everyone was playing. And VC was generally just better for everything, until early Eyeball Frog was found for Hundo, and that's when I had to get JP-N64. I remember I was so annoyed that Hundo had to be run on N64, because I was just used to VC, and then I ran Hundo on N64, and then I'm like, dude, VC sucks, Hundo forever. And then Hundo went back to VC, and I'm like, no dude, but then I run Hundo on VC, and now I'm like, VC rules, N64 sucks. Actually, for a while, like right when we were starting to adopt the Japanese version, we sort of did time conversions. Although this was before we had like any kind of leaderboard, so it was just kind of like a, I don't know, there wasn't a whole lot of comparison going on, but like in the case when there was an English run compared against the Japanese run, we would kind of do time conversions. Like I remember, why does this happen? I don't get it. I should be all the way in the corner. I remember MST was like 12 or so minutes. MST was like 12 or so minutes difference between English and Japanese. I prefer GameCube controller over N64 because N64 controller is the worst controller ever made, and the GameCube controller is the best. Okay, I'm lying. It's not the worst controller ever made. It's pretty bad though. GameCube's the best controller though. It's more specifically the control stick on N64. N64 control stick is so bad, and the GameCube control stick is perfect. Worst controllers, Joy-Cons. Joy-Cons are good when they don't drift. The problem is getting Joy-Cons that don't drift. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a good controller, but it's like, I like Joy-Cons for being lazy. Like when you want to lazy play a game, Joy-Cons are great. Like for precision, maybe not. But just for like when you want to be lazy, they're cool. Wii U gamepad was super comfy? What? That is a sentence I've never read before. When am I gonna run SM64? 10 years ago. When Siglemic was 120 record holder? No, actually. I played SM64 before Sig was good. In fact, I have a certain story that I always have to bring up where the legendary ZFG, defeated Siglemic in a SM64 race because he was just starting out. Heard it before. I always have to bring it up. Was that before or after Gianna accused me of cheating? Are you serious? Are you serious, dude? You want to know what's happening right here? When I got out of the water, when you get out of the water with F-boots, so like when you're in the water, you know how you're bobbing up and down? That's a very slight Y acceleration that's like going up and down and stuff. And if you climb out of the water you can climb out of the water with a very slight Y acceleration, which you might not notice at first, but you can see as time, it might look like I'm stationary, but as time goes on, you see I'm moving upwards. So I got out of the water with a very slight Y velocity, didn't notice it, played the song, and by the time I played the song, I was above the ground, which softblocks me because now thinks I'm still in the cutscene. How do I feel about SRM killing MM? SRM didn't kill MM. They specifically made no SRM categories that no one's running. Well, some people are running them, but not as much as I would have expected. Yeah, everyone seems to be on MM glitchless. That's something I find strange. Like, not related to MM glitchless, but like the fact that they're like, okay, let's make no SRM categories, and then they made no SRM categories, and then they all went to run glitchless. It might be unrelated. It might just be a coincidence that people just wanted to run glitchless at that point. Saying that it's less prestigious to run a category that's like with a qualifier on it, I think that doesn't really matter. Like, I don't know, do OOT people find any percent to be that prestigious right now? Like, I don't know. Do you guys think OOT any percent is a prestigious category? Because I have my doubts. And I have my doubts that the MM guys consider MM any percent to be a prestigious category. And it might seem like initially it might seem a bit weird to run like no X categories, but I mean, it's like, okay, if you don't want to run a category that bans something, then run the regular one, but if you don't like the thing that the regular category uses, then what are you gonna do? Just complain about it? Like, I don't know, the separate categories are made for a reason, use them. And also, I think how the worth of a category is much more based on the community than the name. Like, if everyone starts running like MM all dungeons restricted or something, if everyone starts running that, that's gonna be the category that most people care about, most people play, learn, begin with. Like, a category's worth is based on what amount of the runner base is running it, I guess. Huh? Or wait, no, that's right. Never mind. Are we getting another February task this year? Yes, we are. There will be a February 21st test. There will be more on the February 21st test sometime soonish. But that will happen on February 21st. Stay away, ZFG. What? What should I stay away from? This is my stream. What? What's even or odd? Oh, will I come back on odd or even minute? RBA is cheating and should be banned, but all other glitches are fine. So RBA is less cheating than SRM. Interesting. I keep getting a bad left turn there recently, or right turn. I might need to start ESS turning there. We did not get 305, I got 305. I did all the hard work, you guys were just spectators. Don't try to give yourself credit. Trying to pat yourselves on the back for watching. No, I don't look at chat for Ocarina Game. When I'm doing Ocarina Game, I'm not looking at chat. I'm only typing in the chat box because I just need to type. I need to type the notes, and when I'm putting it in chat, I'm just getting rid of it because it's just faster than backspace. I'm not looking at chat. You guys would distract me way too much. Chat is just the fastest place to type the notes, and entering them in chat is just the fastest way to get rid of them. I'm using chat, I'm not using the people in the chat. You feel used? I just said you're not used though. I'm specifically not using you people. So I think life's too short to play the same game over and over again. No, I think life's not long enough because I want to play the game too much. When do I run Majora's Mask? If you go back in time 8 years ago, you can watch me speedrun Majora's Mask. 8 years ago was 19 years ago. Oh my god. Feels so old. No, don't go back in time 1 year and watch that. You don't want to watch that. Yeah, I last seriously ran MM and, well, it depends on your definition of run. Like, I last seriously ran MM, as in, like, actively tried to get a really good time in 2012. I picked it back up temporarily in 2013 because I was doing it for GDQ, and then I didn't touch it until SRM and ACE last year. And even then I only touched it for a few days to just like do a quick little 80% run. If there was something to significantly cut down the amount of time spent before you could really play the game, then that would make me more likely to want to try MM again. Wow. Dude, my first day of runs after PB is always so bad. It's so weird. Just don't PB. Yeah, that'll make it so I always play better. It's always the first day of runs after PB. So even if I take a break the day after I PB, the first day of runs after I PB, no matter how much time has passed in between, the first day that I start doing runs again after PB, whether it's the next day or a few days later, is always bad.